Well, here we are again, all my gamer besties. It is another Sunday, and it is March 17th. March 17th, St. Patty's Day here in Canada, and I'm home and I'm making another weekly Roundup video. Not a whole lot of real news, but the Fallout show is getting more and more hype, which I'm excited about to see that it's out there promoting itself. So we're going to get into more of that after the intro. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all my friends. And yes, it's starting to hype. The hype for the Fallout show is finally starting to heat up. And just this past week at South by Southwest, they were all over the place. Mr. Walton Goggins and Aaron Morton, who play the Ghoul and Maximus, they've been doing the rounds. And yes, even Mr. Todd Howard's doing there, which is cool. And then Jonathan Nolan, who everybody just calls Jonah, so that's interesting. But yeah, the hype train is in full effect. The show comes out in less than a month now, April 11th, and I'm extremely excited. Most excited I've ever been for an adaptation so far. And they're pulling out all the stops for promoting this event and this show, because there's another video I'm going to show you of a really cool activation, they call it, which I've never heard that term before, but outside in the parking lot of wherever South by Southwest is, they have this really cool mini version of like the Philly trading town that's from the show in it. So over on YouTube, there's a bunch of really great videos, but this one here is like about a half an hour long, and it's really awesome. It shows you everything, and yes, as you can even see, the power armor just on display, but lots of like characters that are like the actors they hired, which is really cool. They just have kind of like actors walking around pretending to be people. Like that guy, see, I love that they went that far with it. Like, and I don't think, like, we don't get no South by Southwest. We basically just get like the comic expo, and that's kind of it. But this thing to have like real live actors playing it out, like, it's pretty sweet. It looks like they're trying to do some trading event, but I'm like, I guess you can actually really buy stuff too, which is cool. I love Philly. Yeah, there's the I Bomb Philly. Oh my god, do they actually have? Holy shit! They actually have squirrel bits and like. See, that's so freaking awesome. They went all the way out off with it, and I actually thought that was just real food, but I know it's like squirrel bits, I think, and frog legs and stuff. Damn, like I love that. But long story short, the hype machine is in full effect for the Fallout series coming out April 11th. I can't wait, so excited. There's a bunch of new information on YouTube. I'll post some links, but if you want to check it out, you can just type in like Fallout South by Southwest, and there'll be new interviews by a bunch of different groups. So you should check that out. And also, I'll post a link to the video of the really cool the cool Philly Town Fallout set. The world of video games continues to expand with the announcement of a film version of the popular series Watch Dogs. Starting with the debut game in 2014, Watch Dogs is set in various dystopian cities throughout the different time periods, and the user is cast as a mysterious vigilante hacker. I actually played the first game, and it was cool. I liked it. It was very GTA style, but you're running around and you're hacking things constantly. You have your phone, you could hack everything. You could have cameras and stuff, but there hasn't been much casting announcements yet. So far, the director that they picked up is the adaptation was announced in March 2024. Maybe it was like a week ago, and that's why I talked about it. Popular open world game will be brought to life by new Regency Pictures along with the original game developers Ubisoft Film and TV branch. Already, several notable names are attached to the front of and behind the camera. With the Deep Dark's Matthew Turi directing, don't know who that is. Screenplay is penned by Christy LeBlanc, who previously wrote the script for 2021 Netflix sci-fi film Oxygen. Never seen it. And it has been known that breakout star Sophie Wilde is in talks to appear in the film, so that's just in talks. Nothing is official. But she was in the movie Talk to Me, which I didn't see, but she turned heads apparently with her performance in the 2023 film. Maybe I should watch it to find out if my head turns as well. Just kidding. She does look familiar, like she might be an actress that I know as kid or something. She just kind of looks like that person, but maybe not at all. I'm pretty sure she's not related to Olivia Wilde, but maybe that's her daughter. I don't know. Well, so far, the only name attached to the cast is this young star, Sophie Wilde. And again, it's only in talks. Nothing is known about the characters she might be playing, and it won't become clear until more details about the film is involved. The first game is led by the character Aiden Pierce, with a major supporting character as informant and fellow hacker Claire Lilly, or Lil. It's possible they may cast her as Lil, but nothing is confirmed. I have a feeling they're just going to make her the main character, because why not? There's no reason not to. I mean, Aiden Pierce was a pretty standard protagonist for a video game. You played enough video games where the main character is a guy. They're all kind of the same-ish, and that's kind of how Aiden Pierce came off. So that's not a very interesting choice to kind of go with that kind of character. So I can definitely see you're playing the main character. But there are a lot more characters in Watchdog Legion, and I'm not sure if it was on third game or not. They're saying there's 3. I don't remember. But over here they talk about which could be the game that would be adapted. This is all just speculation. Right, so there are 3 games: Watchdog, Watchdog 2, Watchdog Legion. I only played Watchdog 1. So there are no story details revealed at all about the movie. So there's no way to know which will serve as inspiration. I'm thinking that they're just kind of maybe adapt. I'm thinking they're going to mix them all together and then just have Sophie play the main character. But this is all me just guessing as well. But in the first game, you play Aiden Pierce, who uses his tech skills to get revenge on the criminals who killed his niece. The story is set in a futuristic version of Chicago, which is controlled by a new operating system that allows Aiden to access certain city services to his advantage. Yes, he hacks all these services to do lots of stuff. Even though it's an open world game, the plot structure of Watch Dogs could perhaps work. Yeah, I mean, open world games still have stories. So, I mean, Fallout and Borderlands is open world. Borderlands not as much open as Fallout, and they're being made. So, but I'm sure they could. Why would you even include side quests? I'm essentially reading the article before I actually say it to you guys. But being an open world game, the plot structure would perhaps best serve a feature film. It is also possible that the movie will bring elements from other games and deliver a hybrid of the version of the story, which touches on all 3 games. That's what I think they're going to do. I'm thinking she's going to be the star, and it's going to be kind of all 3 games in one. So, the Among Us TV series casts Marvel and Last of Us stars. The animated series casts Last of Us Ashley Johnson and Marvel star Randall Park in lead roles, based on the online multiplayer social deduction game of the same name, which enjoyed popularity during the COVID pandemic. The Among Us series will follow a similar premise. It will focus on the crew members of a spaceship who are being impersonated and killed by an alien shapeshifter, along with Randall and Ashley, which I find unusual. They didn't mention these names in the heading, was Yvette Nicole Brown and Elijah Wood. So that is weird they would do that. Maybe they don't like them. But we already got to the Randall Park person, but Yvette Nicole Brown was in Community and The Odd Couple, Elijah Wood, Lord of the Rings, Wilfred, lots of things. Ashley Johnson, Last of Us, Blind Spot, lots of other things. So, yes, Variety exclusively reported that they are going to be doing it like back in June. It says it hails from CBS iAnimation production Innersloth. Per the official logline, the series is based on the premise of the game. Namely, members of your crew have been replaced by an alien shapeshifter intent on causing confusion, sabotaging the ship, and killing everyone. Root out the imposter or fall victim to its murderous designs. This actually reminds me a lot of an anime film called Lily Cat, where it's like basically the same premise, though it's kind of just like anime version of Alien, but no, more like Alien version of the Thing, where people are infected by a creature, but they don't even know they are. And this is similar to that, but Lily Cat reminds me of that as well. Titmouse, who did Big Mouth and Star Trek Lower Decks, will serve as the animation studio behind the series. Bunch of different names, who is involved, don't care. No network or streamer is currently attached, but those conversations are said to be ongoing. I'm sure it's going to be Netflix. I'd be very surprised if it's not, considering that the company Titmouse did Big Mouth, and that's on Netflix. CBSI Animation Productions produces in association with Intersoft. So here's a breakdown of the characters, and I guess they already knew who they're playing. So character descriptions: Randall Park will voice Red, captain of the Skeld, people pleaser, blowhard, task, leadership, confidence. Fun fact: failed upwards. So this is kind of like how they would play in the game if you were to play the game. Ashley Johnson will voice Purple, chief of security, safety, suspicion, sarcasm. Duh. That's almost kind of like a given with Ashley Johnson. Task, wet blanket. Fun fact: trust issues. Yvette Nicole Brown will choice Orange, HR, spineless corporate chill, task, eliminate redundancy redundantly. Fun fact, fires you over email. Interesting. Elijah Wood will voice Green, unpaid intern, happy to be here, task, whatever they're told. Fun fact is paid in pizza. Yeah, that seems like perfect casting all along the board. Almost kind of like too similar to characters they've already played. Like, this kind of reminds me of Elijah Wood and Wilfred, a freaking hilarious show that I couldn't recommend more. Similar-ish kind of character, spineless and like just like very timid and like whatever. But I'm not gonna lie, Randall Park is a very blah kind of guy to me. I see him in so many things, and he looks like he's gonna be hilarious, but he never is. I'm like, it's like he's kind of become the token Asian person they want to put in comedies, and then whenever I see him, I'm like, yeah, that guy looks funny. Then he just opens his mouth and doesn't say anything funny. And he's just kind of a goofball and awkward and plays generally the same character, except for the time where he was in the interview and he played that North Korean guy, dictator guy. I forget that name, but I mean, I like Randall Park. He's just very vanilla. Like, he doesn't really do a whole lot other than basically tick a box for the company, as harsh as that may or may not sound. Well, all my gamer home slices, that is for this week, March 11th to the 17th, in the world of game adaptations. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these things. Are you excited at all about any of this stuff? Of course, like I said a million times, I can't wait for the Fallout show. And I've been making more Fallout movies videos recently just because. So be a deer and check those out below. And also be a deer, subscribe. But also don't forget to keep gaming.